Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
There it is. Yeah. Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Some surprises along the way. I'm just going to start ranting about something. And then I found out, maybe not. Maybe not. Huh. Well, everything I was going to say still applies, though, because we live in a world where the feelings of women don't matter at all. The sensibilities, the safety, and the feelings of actual women aren't taken into consideration at all. The only consideration that we have are how the trans people feel. Now, I was going to talk about the situation yesterday at the Olympics with the woman who stopped 46 seconds into the fight because she thought that her opponent was a man.
I think she stopped because she got her butt kicked.
She knew that this person was supposedly a man, and so that's in her head when she goes in there. She didn't want to get beat up by a man. I don't blame her. And so, she got hit really hard. She said that's the hardest she's ever been hit. So between that and believing that you're fighting a man, she didn't want to do it. I don't blame her. We said these women should withdraw from the competition. Where does that leave the Olympic Committee? So she has, how is this possible? She's a woman, but she has XY chromosomes.
Correct.
How's that possible?
I'm not a physician, but I'm just guessing she was born that way. My understanding is that she was born with the XY chromosome, but she is a female. She's mothered a child, my understanding is.
Really? Really? So
she's been boxing for years.
She has a womb, then.
Correct.
Right? Fallopian tubes.
Correct. That's my understanding.
Eggs.
All of it. All of it.
Yes. Got it all.
Yeah.
Breasts.
Yeah.
She has those things.
She didn't spit out a kid, as far as I know.
And this wasn't created by modern science. We didn't give her like a synthetic womb put a baby in it for her. We didn't do that.
It's
so
my understanding,
XY
no,
chromosome,
we did not do that.
Elevated levels of testosterone.
Right.
Was disqualified by the international
by the World Boxing Championships.
And then when they changed the governing body that determined, who's the female, who's not.
But she's been boxing for years.
That's when they changed the qualifications to, what's your passport say? So, and then the Taiwan boxer, who is reportedly a male, there is no explanation as to what got that individual disqualified, but you got a lot of evidence pointing toward this being a male.
The Taiwan one.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about
both of them are. I mean, look at the pictures. Do we have the? Yeah.
Oh, look at there. There's Instagram
one of those.
Photos.
These were the two people involved in the fight yesterday.
Okay.
See if you can pick out the woman.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why you're red. Look at the Italian. She's so cute.
If you can, I'm not saying anything about cuteness.
That's
I'm
right.
saying see if you can pick out a woman in this.
Methinks you doth protest too much, Jeff Fisher.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything about attractiveness.
Okay.
I said something about which one's the woman. I don't know. Come on. But if that person gave birth, I'll tell you this.
Where did you see that? Because I can't find that anywhere.
I was told by my own expert that that's the case.
I think your expert's wrong. I think this is a sham. I think they're scamming us. Algeria's standing behind her, though.
Yeah.
They're pissed. And so maybe that's why.
And she has been boxing
They should be pissed if she's an actual woman. She's been boxing for how long?
I think she's been in...
her whole life?
Last 9 years, I think, sticks in my head.
Really?
That she's been boxing, and she's been playing sports for quite a while. She started off. The article that I was being read to from my expert was that she was playing football, which would be soccer.
Yeah.
That she was started playing soccer. Yeah, and then
they don't
went
understand
to boxing
what football
her
is
dad,
over there.
Right.
They don't get it. They don't understand it.
Apparently, we don't either. Oh, the weather. Okay, whatever. We have to stop playing.
Shut up.
Whatever. Put a dome on it.
What are you, a communist?
Put a dome on it.
Are you a communist? Is that what you are? Okay.
I am. Anyway, I was told that and then her dad didn't want her to box, and then she loved it, so that's when she started boxing. That's the story that I was read.
Because the problem here is that all of the momentum is going against
no question about
women
that.
Right
no
now.
question about that, and we've seen it in
all of it.
Multiple establishments in this country.
I know
that just continue to bend the knee.
And so you see a woman like the one from Italy, who has spent time in the gym practicing, gone to tournaments, eats a certain way her whole life, sleeps, tries to get enough sleep, running, giving up free time with friends and family to chase this dream, only to get to this point and then have everything destroyed because she doesn't matter. Only the other person. Only those feelings do. Now, if this person is a woman, then so be it.
Well,
I take it back.
We've played so many videos of girls losing teeth, getting knocked unconscious in sports and all this stuff. Yeah. And in fact, when I was reading up on this boxing stuff yesterday, I saw this story. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. You remember we had a video of the female volleyball player who was 17 years old, and the dude came up and spiked it.
Yeah, hit her.
We play those videos, and it's not often that we have what happened after that in the days, weeks, months, years after that. Well, here's the headline. Female volleyball player was paralyzed. First of all, she was knocked out for 30 seconds.
Paralyzed?
She was knocked out for 30 seconds with her arm straight up in the air when this happened. And it's left part of her brain paralyzed. And
my gosh.
And by the way, this dude that slammed it into apparently cackled at her over her after this happened, because we just saw the hit. But the aftermath, she lost out on a volleyball scholarship. Like I said, her brain is paralyzed, and sometimes she just randomly falls over when she's walking now. All because of this dude playing a girl's sport spiked the ball into her head.
Well, and you mentioned yesterday, it's one thing to have an unfair competitive advantage. It's quite another in a sport like boxing, or when you're talking volleyball and you're hitting somebody in the head with the volleyball and it causes permanent damage. Then that's dangerous.
No question. And
that's not just unfair. That's dangerous.
And at the highest level, which the Olympics, are presumably. I mean, we're told that it is, and we see most of the time that it is. There's striking differences between male and female.
Yes,
so
there are,
and especially and in all sports, really.
Yeah,
in all athletics, at the highest levels, there's striking differences.
Well, Serena Williams said so. When we're being told, it doesn't matter, there's no competitive advantage with men over women, are you kidding me? Serena Williams could beat a lot of the men on the tour. Really? Here's what she said.
I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. No, it's true. It's
honestly,
true. It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster.
What?
Wait,
what?
They serve harder, they hit harder. It's just a different game.
Harder,
I love to play women's tennis, and I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed. I would not do the tour. I wouldn't do Billie Jean any justice. So Andy, stop it. I'm not gonna let you kill me.
Okay, that's the greatest women's tennis player of all time.
All time.
Without question. Chris Evert was great. Martina Navratilova was fantastic. Steffi Graf was great. This is the greatest women's tennis player of all time. She admits she would have lost to who was number one at the time, Andy Murray. 6-0, 6-0. She wouldn't win a point. He beat her in 5 minutes.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Then she challenged. I mean, when she was a teenager and they were just coming up, but they were good. They were ranked in the top 10, I think, in the world. She and Venus challenged. They said they could beat anybody who was who was outside the top 200 in the men's in the men's draw. So the 203rd ranked man in the world challenged him to play. He did. He beat them both. He beat him 6-1, I think, by one of them, and the other one 6-2. And I think he played left-handed.
One
hand was tied behind his back.
And he tied his feet together.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
He said he took it easy on him.
And we shouldn't get hung up on this specific boxing match. I mean, obviously, yes, we should acknowledge that this was wrong, what happened there. But what I'm talking about in the larger picture, don't lose sight of the fact that people like Kamala Harris, they absolutely support men getting into the ring.
They do.
Well, the Biden administration does.
Yeah,
precisely. That was one of their key things a couple of years ago. And then Donald Trump yesterday saying that if I'm president, there will be no men against women in sports, and I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, think about this too. Just another thing to consider: the Russian athletes have been banned basically this time. They're not totally banned. They had to be vetted. And they had to compete as individual neutral athleets. Or in French, it's the letters AIN. So then they were vetted by some committee. I mean, it's just bizarre. Anyway, there's a whopping 15 Russians that made it into the competition in these games. And in past Olympics, they weren't banned, but they made the Russians compete under a different flag. Remember that?
Yeah.
I don't know. They had to spell their name wrong or something. I think they could only spell Russia with one S. I think that's what it was. I mean, it was asinine.
So it wasn't Russia then?
No, it was just Russia.
Right.
Russia. It wasn't Russia. It was Russia. Mm-hmm. Then last Olympics, they were called the Russian Olympic Committee. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
the
I do.
ROC.
Agonizing.
The Russian Olympic Committee? What? So, anyway, the athletes got to compete. This year, very few made it. They were... I mean, North Koreans can compete, but the Russians can't?
Yeah, I know.
They didn't have anything to do with what's going on with invading Ukraine. You're going to blame it on these athletes? You're going to take it out on these athletes? They didn't order it. They can't stop it. Talk to Vladimir Putin. Don't let him compete in the games. But the Russian athletes should be there. It's asinine. 350 athletes are paying for this, and they're completely innocent. But this, they allow male boxers if they have that they're a woman on their passport. Well, how tough is that? In America, you could easily get that if you just tell them, "Look, I identify as a woman. I want my passport to reflect that." Do you think they deny you?
No, they
not
don't.
in this
fact,
environment.
they've changed the way they do it. You can absolutely have that done now.
Yeah. Yes. And here's something else about the Russians. If you remember, the bans on Russian athletes, or the, I guess, restrictions on them in the Olympics, started long before the Ukrainian invasion. Why did that happen? Steroid abuse.
Yeah.
That's why it happened. Steroids. So what does that mean? They had testosterone coursing through their veins at a level that wasn't fair for the other athletes that they'd compete against. They had rampant, widespread steroid abuse. And so they had too much testosterone. Well, that's, one of the factors that the Women's World Boxing Championship used last year, that these two had too much testosterone. They also did DNA testing and found the XY chromosomes, and so that's why they couldn't compete last year. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this particular person from Algeria, but it's really sad if that's an actual woman, and now everybody's been jumping on her like this, including us.
Yeah.
I still can't find anything about her giving birth, just saying.
Okay, so maybe she's not. Maybe she's not a she.
Just saying.
Can we find a picture of her as a little girl? That might be convincing.
Algeria doesn't have film.
Don't they?
No, there's no film in Algeria.
There's no film in Algeria.
You know,
I didn't
there's
realize
no digital cameras.
Things are worse than I thought.
You know
in Algeria.
what could solve this is if, and you can kind of do this with bathrooms too. I think we've kind of talked about this before. You just make a trans bathroom. You make a trans Olympic Games.
That's the ultimate answer.
Trans leagues.
They want to compete?
Yep.
Let them compete against each other.
No one's stopping you.
No, right.
Go make it.
Well, that's no fun.
Okay.
There's no glory in that. Why? I mean, if it's so prevalent now, then let's create an entire category.
Right. Isn't you would think that 90% of our population is trans? So
I know.
There should be quite the demand for
yes,
all these trans outlets and leagues.
Yes. But one thing I don't want to see is men beating the crap out of women in a boxing ring.
No one wants that.
Nobody. I hope nobody wants that, but they're allowing it. And everybody assumed the IOC is allowing it right now. So I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see what happens from here on out. Especially, I mean, is this starting to become prevalent, the talk that this is actually a woman? Because I hadn't seen it until you told me about this morning. So be interesting to see what happens with the Algerian and with the games in particular, because or in general, because what are they going to do? I guess they're just going to let her compete, and if people want to quit against her, they quit, and she moves on. Interesting. I don't know. We'll see. Also, yesterday there was a hostage deal that was reached between the U.S., Russia, and Germany, and 3 Americans returned home. Are these the last 3 hostages that were involved? Oh, this was the Russian thing.
Yes.
I was thinking for a second. Oh, okay, the hostages from the Middle East. No. The families of the hostages were at the White House, where Joe Biden couldn't resist talking about a little girl's love life. That's always fun.
Remember, no serious guys till you're 30. God love you.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Why does he even think that stuff? Why does that go through his mind?
He's so creepy.
Because he's
pedophile.
He's creepy.
Yes.
He's creepy. I'd like to see him in the ring with the Algerian boxer.
Okay.
That would be fun. Because, I mean, he's always talking about boxing and
he's
people.
Mr. Tough Guy.
I'll meet you behind the school or whatever. You remember the challenge to Donald Trump and the fat guy? Hey, look, fat. You want to run around the building a couple of times? No, not really. No, I wasn't thinking I would do that.
I don't think
today.
you do either, Mr. President.
Right? And certainly you couldn't right now. But of course, he, as always, had to make it about him.
And having lost family, not a different way.
Oh, jeez.
Not
Every
knowing
time.
what's happening.
When will this guy learn?
Circumstance when they're accidental, help. It matters.
It's unbelievable.
Every time without fail, it's about him. Can you learn a lesson on this? Is it possible for him to learn anything along the way? People don't like it when you make it about you, Mr. Narcissist. They don't like it. They don't appreciate it. It's not about you right now. It's about them. And of course, he blamed Trump somehow for this situation.
During the transition, I instructed our national security team to dig into all the cases of hostages being wrongfully detained, which were inherently, we inherit them from the prior administration.
Boy, he's good.
What?
No.
He's good. He's good. What, are you objecting to that take?
I can't take it. I'm so glad we haven't seen him much lately.
I know.
The focus is completely off of him, and it just makes my day better when I don't have to see him.
I mean, I don't know, he did not look good on the tarmac last night, I'll tell you that.
No, he didn't look good here either. He's just pathetic. Ugh, jeez. The problem is Kamala seems to have some steam right now, and I'm a little concerned. I understand there's a honeymoon period. She'll probably pick up more steam after the convention happens, but will that steam fizzle? I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. She hasn't done an interview, right? She hasn't even done an interview with anyone,
and maybe she won't.
Why does she have to? They love her so much, she doesn't have to. Right? I mean, she went from part of the laughingstock to
we don't want this person
on high.
She can't win, and now all of a sudden she's their superstar.
Although she went off, I mean, we'll get to it, but she went off without any script last night, and she fell back into her old ways.
Did she cackle?
So no, she fought really hard. I watched her other speech, earlier speech.
Now.
No, she does not.
Really cognizant of that.
She sure is, man. Mm-hmm. She does everything, and there were a couple of times where it was appropriate,
to cackle,
to laugh, to chuckle, and she's not doing it, man. She is not doing it. She's gotten some advice. Down.
Yeah, so there's been some serious advising going on. Kamala the Cackle has to go. It has to go.
I don't care.
We love it. I mean, we love it.
Yeah.
But you gotta
Doug
stop.
and I love it.
Oh,
man. That's just you. We love you so much.
So much.
But it.
But America, they're just not used to the cackle.
No.
It sounds too much like Hillary Clinton, and they don't like her. They love you, but they don't make them think of Hillary when you're speaking. Don't do that. So anyway, back to Biden. He continued to talk about Trump and hostages.
President Trump has said repeatedly that he could have gotten the hostages out without giving anything in exchange. What do you say to that? What do you say to President Trump now, former president?
Why didn't he do it when he was president?
Sir, what did you
burn.
Oh, yeah.
Burn.
What's the evidence say, Pat?
Wow.
Why didn't he do it as president?
Well,
I know, I think.
Stephanie Vox responded on behalf of Trump. Dear President Biden, he did. Otto Ambir, North Korea, June 2017. Aya Hijazi, Egypt, 2017. Joshua Holt from Venezuela. Danny Birch from Yemen. Tina Hines, Saudi Arabia. Nadine Ibrahim, Saudi Arabia. Sandar Loli, the Houthi rebels in Yemen. Got him from them. Mikhail Gagata, Houthi rebels in Yemen, 2020. Bilal Fatin's remains from the Houthi rebels in Yemen. Those are just some of those released under Trump without exchanges or ransoms being paid.
Right.
Why didn't he do it when he was president?
He did.
Yeah, and by the way, we got a guy still over there, Pennsylvania teacher who entered with medical marijuana in Russia.
Oh, wow.
Still over there.
Man, they are harsh on the marijuana thing. Isn't that what?
Y'all going to have to let that go.
Yeah.
You guys got to let that go. Wasn't these hostages, were they hostages when Trump was president?
Only one of them was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
incredible.
It's almost impossible for Donald to have gotten them out.
And there they are coming home yesterday. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
And that's good. I'm happy that they're home.
Me too. Me too.
But what we traded, I mean, we're almost telling other countries go
take
ahead.
Our citizens and we'll reward you for returning them.
And I'm going to go on a limb. I don't feel like that's a good thing.
No. Really?
Yeah, I know. It's just
me. Wow.
Just me, maybe.
I hope that's a sturdy limb you're going out.
We always get less than the other countries involved in exchange.
See,
you know?
I got it.
Yeah, we do. Mm-hmm. We do. What do you mean you got it? You got what? I'm just saying. I want the limb to be sturdy when you go out.
Just saying reinforce the limb.
I appreciate it.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why you'd take offense to that.
I don't either.
It's kind of weird.
That was weird, yeah. Okay.
It's almost like you're fat shaming yourself.
Are you JD Vance? You're weird. So stupid.
Should we call you JD Fisher?
It's fine. Go.
What is your middle name? What's your middle name?
Don't worry about what my name is.
Don't worry about what my middle name is.
Just tell me what it starts with.
W.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It is. That's what I just said.
That would have been too perfect if it was D.
Okay. William. Jeffrey William.
Nope.
Wabash. Jeffrey Wabash.
Wawa. Wawa.
Named after the railroad.
All right. So he was asked, was the president of the United States,
which one?
If he, there are two right now.
There sure are.
But I'm speaking of the he, so it must be Joe Biden. He was asked if he wants to speak with Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin about this? Would you be willing to speak with Putin now directly?
I don't need to speak with Putin.
I need to speak with him.
This guy sucks.
He's
so badly.
terrible.
Can't stand him.
So
I don't like it.
I thought we were gonna bring peace or something, right? Don't you need to talk to the guy?
So they go.
No. He doesn't need to talk to him.
No. Plus, he's not the president. He's only pretending. He can't make any deals anyway.
Yeah.
So they go out to the tarmac to greet the hostages coming home. And this is where Kamala goes off script a little bit. She almost, I would bet that she almost went to the passage of time phrase.
Oh, wow.
But she didn't. She
That
didn't.
would've been
And she
great.
didn't cackle. But at the same time, she's off script, so she's babbling. And our presumed president, Joseph Robinette Biden, is gone on the tarmac. I mean, he is just gone.
All right, let's see that.
This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy and strengthening alliances. This is an incredible day.
Yep.
It was close, man. She wanted too bad.
Hold on, there's so much there. There's the word salad.
Right.
There's the chaos of that. There's mouth wide open.
That's all I heard.
Old man.
Your mouth, old man.
Yep.
And then she's trying to make the case that it's so important we have a president who understands the power of diplomacy. Dude just said he has no reason to talk to Putin.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
wouldn't that be the ultimate diplomacy if you sat down with him over this thing? No, we can't end the money laundering.
They keep trying to do the ceasefire in Israel.
Right.
There's no effort to do a ceasefire in Ukraine.
They're not making money
Why
off
is
of
that?
Israel.
Why is that?
Why
is that?
Indeed. Why indeed? And you know what it is. You know what the answer is.
Yes.
What Keith just said. They're making too much money off of it. That's why they don't even consider it. And they don't care that they're sending our money over there to the tune of billions every week. They don't care.
Nope.
Plus, they've got an election to fund here. That can't stop that gravy train.
Man, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. They're still trying to force Israel into a ceasefire before they finish the job. Meanwhile, Israel is just... I mean, they are knocking off people left and right.
I mean,
and Biden's latest thing is it didn't help anything.
Oh my gosh, bro.
That didn't help.
Yeah, it did.
Go back to bed, old man. Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Did you see how they killed that Hamas leader?
My gosh, they planted the bomb at his residence. Well, the residence he was going to be staying at
Waited
2 months ago.
Yeah.
2 months ago, and then set it off remotely.
And this article here, I think this is the New York Times. 2 Iranian officials described the nature of the assassination, said they had no idea how or when the explosives were planted in the room. They don't even know how the IDF got in there.
That is incredible.
I love it.
House cleaning?
Yeah.
What kind of hotel is this? Sorry.
It was a guest house owned by some wealthy Iranian, I guess, and that's where he stays when he comes to town. And somehow they penetrated that. They infiltrated that.
There is no place safe.
Incredible.
I mean, that's
right.
Iran has
that's
to be
what they're
just
saying.
Right.
That's exactly what they're saying.
And they waited. They could have killed him easily in Beirut or in Yemen, but they waited to show Iran that we can get to you guys anytime we want.
Yep.
And that's what they did. I think it's brilliant.
No place is safe.
It's incredible.
And none of your associations are secure.
Yep.
I mean, what is the list of people that have come into that room in the last 2 months?
It's incredible. It's really incredible. It's quite a signal. Quite a statement.
Yes, it is.
More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-933-93 Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Got rock and roll G-Mom. These men who play in women's sports are guys who can't beat another male. Yeah, and so this is what they do. They switch. And it's pathetic. It's really sad and pathetic. From Jimmy Dimples, hey, the Olympics couldn't keep the gender straight in the opening ceremony. True. You thought it wouldn't carry over into the games proper? Well, yeah. Call me provincial and Pollyanna, but yeah, okay. I didn't think it would, but it did, of course. We think. Of course, maybe not. I don't know. Now I'm really confused. I'm so confused about this Algerian now. How do you have an XY chromosome and be a woman? How does that happen? I don't know. I don't know. It's very weird. Harold Lechtenberg, how will the progressive and compassionate Algerian authorities react to these rumors when their athlete gets home? Well, so far they're standing
behind
by.
It. Yeah.
They're standing by really strongly and saying that people are giving false information about her and they're lying about her. So they've stood by so far.
I know.
All right, let's get a Fat Five from Jeffy.
Awesome. I'm not sure what's going on with food companies and their quality control, but we're having some issues. We've had recalls with lead in products. We've had thousands. We've had recalls. We had thousands of bags of wild rice from this Northern California farm, the Lundberg family farm's wild blend rice, 1 pound bag, like the. Over 27,000 of them distributed to 7 states. And they've been recalled because the product may contain a foreign object that appears to be of rodent origin.
Oh, no.
Then there's listeria. Now maybe, maybe the rat got in the machine and got ground up.
When you're near. Wait.
That's different.
That's something else. Never mind.
But the listeria, we've had issues with in vegetables and cheese, and now we've got listeria in boar's head meats.
What?
7 million pounds of boar's head meats have been recalled.
Wow. Compromise elsewhere. Maybe not. Maybe compromise with the boar's head. Maybe you're going on Oscar Mayer now. I don't know.
The items range from the beef bologna, ham, liverwurst, salami, and others. Now, the one lady that got really sick, who is suing them, by the way, she's suing them because the liverwurst made her really sick.
Because she got listeria when they're near.
That's correct.
Or at least when the meat was near.
I mean, it's a 13-state listeria outbreak. 2 deaths.
Oh, no.
And 33 people have been hospitalized with, really, really sick.
At least it's not Bluebell ice cream this time.
No, it is not.
So that's good.
It's liverwurst. Yeah. So I don't have to worry.
I don't either.
Nasty. Just take it easy on the liver. That's part of the problem right there. Right. But this really affected this lady bad. I mean, she got, the nausea, the diarrhea, the cramping. She was 88.
Ooh.
And so the body aches and the shaking, and she still, according to the family, suffers neurological symptoms and fatigue and over. They're suing for $25,000. I think I would sue for more.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I think I would sue for more, but, good luck. I would seek a lot more. We need to do something. With the quality control training, it's almost as if it's on purpose. I'm not saying that it is, but it's almost as if it's on purpose. Speaking of lawsuits, Don Lemon, the former CNN anchor, filed a lawsuit against Elon Musk and X, alleging that Musk reneged on a $1.5 million annual deal for a content partnership. Lemon claims that Musk agreed to the deal verbally without a formal contract, and that X executives used his involvement to boost advertising sales before canceling the partnership.
Get out of here. Yeah, we got Don Lemon on board now, huh? We can charge any rate we want.
Look at the ads coming in for that.
Come on.
The lawsuit also mentions Lemon's contentious interview with Musk, which reportedly led to the deal's cancellation. it did lead to the deal's cancellation. Lemon is seeking damages for breach of contract, fraud, and other claims. He wants $35 million. So good luck, God bless, Don. There's no way Elon pays that.
I hope not.
No way. No way. Elon does not pay that. According to a new survey from the Knight Foundation, a journalism and free speech nonprofit, and I'm a huge fan of the Knight Foundation. They have this new survey that says they polled more than 1,600 college students and found that since 2016, college students' faith in the security of free speech rights has declined. 7 out of 10 college students say that speech can be just as damaging as physical violence.
So ridiculous.
60% of the students agreed with the statement. The climate at my school or on my campus prevents some people from saying things they believe because others might find it offensive. Oh, no. Oh, no. Additionally, more than 1 in 4 agreed that it was more important for schools to protect students by prohibiting speech they find offensive rather than prioritizing allowing students to hear a wide range of viewpoints, including the possibility of offensive ones. Students were sharply divided by political opinions on that question, with 70% Republicans, 53% Independents, 45% of Democrats supporting allowing offensive speech. And what's the old saying? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but speech will hurt me deep. Is that the
that's how it goes?
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Okay, all right, good. That's what I thought. So, I mean, come on now. As speech is as bad as physical violence?
Asinine.
No, it is not. Today's Chewing the Fat segment brought to you by Kexi Cookies. Enjoy Kexi Cookies. You can go to the website, Kexi.com. Order the best cookies on the planet. They'll be delivered right to your door, Kexi.com, Keksi.com.
15% off right now. 15% off your order at checkout.
And we have the new cookie, right? So
we got the new cookie. Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Top 3 for me right now, for sure. Really good stuff. Keksi.com.
I learned something new yesterday. I was reading about how Australia announced the world's first nationwide program to treat peanut allergies in babies. And the approach is based on encouraging results from clinical trials, and they seek to build tolerance through small dose exposure in early development. And it's a free program, and it applies to parents with babies under the age of 1 diagnosed with a peanut allergy at 1 of 10 of their participating hospitals. Babies are going to be provided a daily individualized dose of peanut powder, with the dosage increasing until the child reaches their maximum tolerance level. And after 2 years, then they'll be given a food allergy test to measure reactivity. And they're saying that it builds on existing research suggesting positive results from oral immunotherapy to treat peanut allergies. The U.S. is doing some of that dosing through specialized hospital settings, but it reads Australia has a relatively high incidence of peanut allergies, with 3% of its population diagnosed by the age of 1. Only 20% of those diagnosed will outgrow a peanut allergy by the time they're a teenager. And it claims that Australia is, and this is what I learned, is the allergy capital of the world. Now, I did not know that. So congratulations to Australia for being the allergy capital of the world.
I thought Texas was. Really.
I know, me too. Just keep giving those kids peanut dust until they get Oh, he's almost dead. That's fine. That's too much. Back that order off a little bit. That's amazing. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcast. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher, please. Speaking of the Olympics, Olympic teams at the Summer Games in Paris, we talked about how they have shipped in air conditioners right in the beginning because Paris was the Olympic Village was going all green, and some countries were like, yeah, we're bringing our own air conditioners. That little fan there in the corner is not going to work, and your little airflow plan. Well, now Olympic teams are shipping in emergency supplies of meat and eggs. after event organizers promoted a vegan diet to the world's elite athletes. The Olympic Village provides like 40,000 meals a day. That's a lot of meals, and they demanded 60% of the food at all Olympic venues be vegan to reduce carbon footprint of dairy, meat, and cheese. Avocados were off the menu because of transportation emissions. Australia even brought their own avocados from the very beginning, and probably more countries did as well, just like the AC units. Last week, the teams were left frustrated by shortages of eggs and grilled chicken. Some athletes were served uncooked meat. The British Olympic Association's chief executive, Andy Anson, said the food is not adequate. There are not enough of certain foods, eggs, chicken, certain carbohydrates, and then there's the quality of the food with raw meat being served to athletes. Apparently, and this is not my man Andy Anson speaking. This is just me. Apparently, athletes don't like fake meat. So
that's weird.
I know.
Isn't that weird?
And I know. I don't quite understand it.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand it. I haven't looked at the actual medal count today.
I have. Yeah, it's United States 38 with 9 gold.
Okay.
We're way ahead.
But not
France
in
has 28. It's 11-9. China has more gold so far, but we're going to pass them.
All right, good.
We're going to pass them.
Good, yeah.
But they've only got, I think, 26 medals overall. We've got 38. France is second. But the host country always, for some reason, does well.
That's because they're allowed in every event.
Yeah. Well, that, and they've got the support of the people. It's like a home game. It's like your home court basketball games. A lot of times the home team wins. A lot of times.
It's funny how that happens.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is funny how that happens.
Let me tell you about preborn real quick. Preborn is saving babies to the tune of hundreds every day. With the left going so radical over abortion, the work that preborn does is even more important than it's ever been. Yes, Roe v. Wade was overturned, but man, they've used that to increase abortions. It was over 1 million last year in the United States alone. That's after Roe v. Wade was overturned. So please, if you can, send your best gift to Preborn at preborn.com/Pat. Or you could dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
And with more of the Fat Five, here's Jeff Fisher.
We got a couple more. The recipients of the 2024 47th Kennedy Center Honors have been announced. The award for Lifetime Artistic Achievements will recognize director and filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola, blues singer, songwriter, and guitarist Bonnie Raitt, jazz trumpeter and pianist, composer Arturo Sandoval, the New York City Apollo Theater, not sure how the theater itself is going to accept, and the 4 surviving members of the Grateful Dead. Guitarist Bob Weir, who collaborated with the National Symphony Orchestra to bring the Dead's catalog to the Kennedy Center in 2022, told NPR he was speechless and profusely thanked and devoted Deadheads who sustained the band for nearly 6 decades, as well as his late bandmates, Jerry Garcia and Ron Pigpen McKernan. The honors raise money for the Kennedy Center while recognizing artists who have played a key role in the development of American culture. So the annual ceremony is slated for December 8th. CBS is kind enough to air it on December 23rd. Not sure why we're doing that, but that's nice of them to have the event on December 8th, and then CBS said, we'll air it, the 23rd. A couple weeks later, before Christmas. We'll put it on. We got nothing else to air. And one quick and a couple reminder headlines. NASA gave an update on the Boeing Starliner, currently not stuck at the International Space Station. We don't know when they're coming back. They're still stuck up there. So we still have some issues with the helium leaks and the thruster controls. So they're still stuck at the old ISS.
Yeah, but they're learning so much down on the ground. They're saying this is actually invaluable as we try to work on this stuff. Oh, it's in space. Yeah, just bring me back home. I've been up here 2 months too long.
No doubt. Just get us back.
I swear.
And then Elon will have to go up and get them. There's absolutely no joke about it now.
To jump in the convertible.
SpaceX is going to have to go up and send a couple astronauts up, dock, kick the Starliner off and let it burn up in the atmosphere, load them up, bring them back.
I don't understand why they dropped the space shuttle program with nothing to replace it. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, we have SpaceX.
Why?
Nothing this government does makes sense.
It doesn't. It just doesn't.
On any level.
So for years, we're hitchhiking. We're space hitchhikers with the Russians.
Yep.
Hey, can you give us a ride up to the... Yeah, for $50 million apiece. Yep. Wait, what?
We got India doing space
Sure, be happy to.
now.
$50 million apiece. I mean, we're funding their space program with the rides they gave us. And now, finally, because of private entrepreneurs, we're able to get up there at least. But it just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I wish somebody could explain. Hey, why do you scrap a perfectly good program when you've got nothing to replace it?
It's part of the dismantling
Bizarre.
of America.
It is. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Space, it connects us all.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And can you imagine how space will be connecting us all under her administration if that happens?
Oof. I mean, we are doomed if that actually happens.
I don't even want to think of that possibility.
Wow.
We're doomed if that happens.
I mean, I don't like to think that way, but it sure feels like it. Sure feels like we're doomed.
And this whole anointing of cackling Kamala
without any votes.
I mean, right?
Without any democracy.
I mean, it's just okay. You're the one, then I guess. Yep. There you go.
Right.
You're the president. I mean, she was speaking somewhere. Might have even been yesterday somewhere where she called herself president.
Yeah, right. And that's happened. I don't know how many times.
I mean, as lost as Joe Biden looked on the tarmac last night, she is president.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to, that deal that gave her the mantle and let him remain president, we need to really reevaluate that deal.
Yeah.
Because he should not be the president, man.
No, if he's not capable of running,
thank you.
He's not capable of doing the job. So that's kind of gotten lost, and now he's just the forgotten president now.
Yeah.
I mean, we just moved on past him, and it's like nobody even pays attention to him.
Nope.
It's
amazing.
It is.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
And we're all okay with it. Oh, okay.
Without invoking the 25th Amendment, she really has become the president.
Yep.
And we're like, wait, where did Joe Biden? What? Is he still there?
Yep.
Where did he come from? Like he's standing next to her yesterday. That's the only reason he got any coverage.
That's it.
Incredible. All right, 888-933-93. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
And welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Jeffy's deviated septum. Did you realize your deviated septum got itself an X address?
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Kamala not cackling is like Jeffy trying to avoid a buffet. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean?
I think we know what he means.
I don't know. I really don't, because everybody knows.
Don't try to pretend that you don't know.
We don't abide fat shaming on this show, so I know it's not that.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm not sure what the point is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Jeffy's, I mean, it's your own deviated septum. It knows.
Can you feel when it's typing?
And I didn't realize you had a deviated septum, or that it had started an X address and account, but apparently it did. Arns Nedden tweets, can we get subtitles when Biden speaks? Mexican Jews, I've got to look I can't remember the conversation, but anyway. That's right. That's how it goes.
Security Secretary. She knew so long as she was denied. After I signed the PAC Act
into. Okay.
How much you miss him now? How much you miss him now?
Can he leave and then I'll answer that question?
Yeah. How can I start to miss you when you won't even go away? That's my question. Nancy's vodka soaked dentures. All the auto caption software keeps crashing for some reason. Mandalorian Patriot 2. The next female that has to box a dude should just kick him in the family jewels, take the DQ, and smile.
I'd like that. Hero.
You know, I've been watching the coverage of the situation on the cable channel. None of them are saying, no, this is actually a woman. So are we sure? I mean, I know that you brought that to the table this morning, Jeffy. But
well, I'm convinced.
I looked into her. I looked into her.
Yeah.
And the kid thing, I can't find what I was told about the kid thing. I was told that.
So that seems to be untrue.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I was told that she had a child.
The plastic womb that was the synthetic womb that was put inside of her did not actually produce a child. Okay.
Boy.
Can we agree on that?
No, we can't.
No? Okay.
We're not going to agree on that.
All right. No. All right. The tubing that they put in for fallopian tubes, not exactly working. Not working, apparently.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that.
All right. But what do you know the answer to?
I do know that she's a girl that was born with the XY chromosome.
A girl that was born a boy. That's interesting.
That would mean you're a boy,
it would. It would mean that. And that's what it means.
Realityville.
It's a girl that... That's what they would say.
That's what they say.
It's a girl that was born with the XY chromosomes. That's what I'm saying.
Just another example of God's children. You have a problem with that?
And the diversity thereof.
Thank you.
Right? And they're all okay. Well,
yeah.
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 All right. Well, that ends it right there.
There you go.
The whole thing. I can't get around that. So good job. Sarah the Band. Maybe people should stop taking drugs to Russia. Yeah, maybe.
That'd probably be a smart move. That would be a smart move. You probably, if you're going to another country, you should know what you can and can't do.
Didn't work out well for Brittany Griner. It did not work well for this other person that was finally released. So, maybe you don't do that anymore. Jeffy's a genius tweets. Looking forward to all the American hostages being released by Trump in 2025 from the Biden administration. Yeah. We're all being held hostage right now.
Oh, hold on a second. I was looking up the name Emain, which is the name of this boxer.
Yeah.
And it lists a notable two notable individuals with that name. And of course, one is a woman and one is a man. How perfect is that?
Perfect. Yep. Let's see. Corey Champion. AOC would have been a better VP option than Word-Salad girl. Well, she's better to look at. Let's say that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Say that. Uniparty Monger. With all the food problems, it's a good time to remind everyone Soylent Green is people.
People.
And, of course, that brings on...
It's people.
People.
Soylent Green is made out of people.
Soylent Green is people! Yep. Always a good time to remind people that.
That's
always
awesome.
a good time.
What a great clip.
Oh, I love it.
So good.
I love it.
That's so good. That's the whole movie.
One of the best movies of, I think, the year of our Lord 1970 with Charlton Heston. Miss him like a dad.
People.
All right. So, real estate agents I trust. Have you gone there yet? Have you realized how important it is to obtain a really good realtor? And rather than, get somebody part-time that just dabbles in this, it's not good. That's not good. Or somebody who doesn't have much of a track record. Somebody that doesn't know what buyers are looking for. Doesn't know what kind of improvements you should make to your house, if any. Because sometimes maybe you don't need to do anything to your house. That's where the realtor comes in. You get this great advice from them, from these great realtors, that will save you a lot of money and then make you money in the long run. It's definitely worth it. Plus, it's a free service that we provide to you. So there's no reason not to. They're fans of the show. You're going to have things in common with them. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com. realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
So, Kamala, has she been great or what?
What?
She was some people call her the immigration czar. We know that's nothing like the truth.
The border czar? Yeah.
The border czar, immigration czar,
yeah,
whatever
she
you want
most
to call
definitely
her.
wasn't the border czar, but she was great about the immigration.
Yeah.
She was fantastic dealing with immigration, but she wasn't the border czar.
No, right.
Okay, it was
right,
clear.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Cleared that up.
You did. So that should be on everybody's mind when you vote in November. Can you imagine? I mean, that one issue is enough to disqualify her from being president of the United States. Look at the chart under our border czar, Kamala Harris.
Oh.
Wow.
These are gotaways.
Again, she was not the border czar.
Fair.
All right.
Fair
and
point.
she was great.
She was just put in charge
on immigration.
of the border situation.
And so this is the last 12 years of known gotaways, the purple being the Kamala years as border czar, not border czar.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oof. Okay, so it looks like there was one spike in 2018, right, that went up unusually high under Trump. But mostly he did a fantastic job at the border. And look at the Kamala years, though. I mean, it's not even close.
I mean, that big spike.
At least double.
That was one of the big caravans, wasn't it?
What, the 2018 thing? Might have been.
That massive.
It might have been.
That massive caravan.
Right. And by the way, there's a... Right now, they hope to be here before the election. They're trying really hard to get here.
I'm guessing they'll make it.
I think they probably will, yeah. Although they are walking.
Are they?
Yeah, they supposedly.
Are they? Okay.
And then that train picks them up, right? Somewhere along the way.
Train picks them up. We've seen footage of truckers picking them up. Riding on flatbeds.
Mm-hmm.
I guess flatbed didn't have anything better to do. Well, I'll just pick up some people and help them along.
Started out in the beginning as a few hundred. Then last I heard it was 3,000. And that was a week or two ago. I'll bet it's double that by now. And so that'll be exciting when we see them all get to the border at the same time. Won't that be fun? That'll be fun. Because I'm sure every one of them, just really great people. Really the best people available.
They're escaping a horrible
situation. Thank you. Yes. An oppressive government that is trying to kill them. And so their only choice was to come here.
For their families and a better life.
For their families.
And a better life.
And you can't separate families, so let them all in. And that's why you see these families pouring across the border.
That's correct.
By the way, did you see this? Please put up the picture of the EBT receipt because somebody posted this illegal migrant from Venezuela left her receipt at the grocery store. Cashier took a photo. EBT food stamp balance $13,401. EBT cash balance $4,498. Where do you think they're getting that money? Holy crap!
Wow. Yeah, wait a minute. How do you get $13,401.82
put the receipt
from
up there.
EBT?
Yeah. See, so that's what was left
stamps,
behind,
right? And it's the food stamp program.
The very top of that is where it shows
the
the
very
balance.
top of the balance. Yeah.
Over $13,000.
Pretty good. Pretty
what?
sweet.
From your paycheck to an illegal's mouth.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
How do you respond to that?
You don't.
Seriously.
Nothing.
As that border czar doing her thing.
Wow.
Good. Stomping all the stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? This is partly our fault because we didn't approach this from the right direction in the beginning. And we've been arguing it from the wrong direction the whole time. The right direction would have been, look, we love immigrants. We love them. We just ask that they come here legally, okay? We don't fight the illegal situation. We fight on the positive aspect of being pro-legal immigration. That's what we are. And you know what? You know who this hurts the most? Allowing illegals across our border? The illegals themselves. Many are dying along the way.
No doubt about that.
Many women are raped along the way. Many are exploited and sold into sex slavery along the way. We need to put a stop to that.
I kind of feel like a wall might accomplish that, putting a stop to all of this.
Okay, hater.
It'd be helpful, but
if they knew what awaited them wasn't a low-lying river or a gap in,
I mean, I'm coming from whatever country I'm from to get a $13,000 EBT account.
Oh, absolutely. How could you blame them?
Yeah.
I got a cell
are
phone.
so
I get an apartment, and I get $13,000 in my EBT account.
You do have to pinky promise you'll show up for court in 2035, though. Can you do that? Can you make that declaration to them?
Yes.
All right.
I guess. Yeah. Hey, maybe some of these, because that was a Venezuelan national that left that receipt behind. Maybe there will be less people coming from Venezuela. If they can get this election thing figured out. I was shocked to see that our government recognized Edmundo Gonzalez as the winner of the presidential election down there.
Yeah, good luck with
not
that.
Maduro, right? So that was actually shocking. So we'll see what happens in Venezuela.
It's a clip going around from years ago where Kamala Harris is mad at anyone wishing a Merry Christmas because illegal alien children weren't going to have one.
Yeah, she was a senator here, right?
So why should we? She was a senator. Yeah.
And when we all sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas, these children are not going to have a Merry Christmas.
So we shouldn't have one either.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
How dare we? Are you what? What?
You got to keep playing clips like that because you're not going to get her to sit down and answer real questions. So we're just going to have to play the hits.
Oh my gosh. I've never seen that before. That's incredible. Wait, we shouldn't be happy because some people are sad in this planet?
How dare you? How dare you even pretend to be happy, Pat? Come on.
Wow. That's amazing. But that's the kind of progressive she is. Nobody should be happy if someone isn't. So there you go. That's fun. All right. Let me tell you about backyard butchers. You know, the majority of your grocery store's meat aisle, most of that meat is imported from some other country. Algeria, maybe? I don't know, where you can't tell a man from a woman. That's possible. You can't tell real cattle from fake cattle. They don't know.
Is that right? Is that right? They don't know.
I don't know what chromosomes they have. I don't know.
Those damn Algerian
What am I, a
cows?
biologist? A cattle rancher? No, I'm not. So with Backyard Butchers, you can always count on that being American grown and raised meat. It's not just a product of the USA, because that just means it was packaged here. That's almost meaningless. Backyard Butchers is a Christian conservative, Texas-based company dedicated to delivering the best deals in the market on high-quality beef. Your box of meat will include all born and raised American beef from ranches right here in the heartland of America. BackyardButchers.com, delivering American-raised and harvested meat from right here in our American backyards to dinner tables across our nation. Backyard Butchers will only source beef and chicken from American farms and deliver the cuts right to your doorstep every single month. Grass-fed, grain-finished. This meat is amazing, really delicious. Cut out the frustration from the meat aisle and go to BackyardButchers.com. Save an extra 20% off your entire order by using the promo code UNLEASHED. And when you subscribe, you'll get an additional 10% off and free shipping. Go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed. Over 500,000 happy customers across America, hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google, and an American-based customer service team of stay-at-home moms. They're going to make sure your orders are delivered right on time every single month. So get the person in your house who buys the groceries. In Jeffy's case, that's him, because he's the one who does all of the grocery buying. He's the one, right? You're the one.
I am not.
Like I said, right? He's the one. You'll save 20% off your first order, entire order, and when you subscribe, you get another 10% off and free shipping. Backyard Butchers. BackyardButchers.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Threads,
Everywhere.
anyone?
Everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, when you say Threads, that's so ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's like Chicken Man. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Everybody's on it. It's everywhere. So that's all you need to say. So we've been talking about the vice president, Kamala Harris. Don't say it wrong, because you're a racist if you do. It's not that you're used to hearing the name Kamala. It's that you're a racist if you say it. I mean, what race is Kamala anyway? Because I don't see how that has anything to do with race. It's weird, isn't it?
It is. It is really weird. And I don't know, is she Indian? Is she African American? Is she black? Is she white?
Mm-hmm.
Kamala.
Mm-hmm. Kamala. You say potato. I say potato. Tomato. Here's a good idea. Call the whole thing off. Send her home.
That's a good idea,
right?
Pat.
Yeah, send her back to California.
I don't want to.
And then none of us have to worry about it.
I don't want to because
she's terrific. But
you know
we don't want to offend her, so go home.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go home, hon. All right? Puddin', would you please?
Take Doug.
Yeah. Doug, the
hit the road.
Second gentleman?
That's correct.
Yeah, he's great, isn't he? He's wonderful.
Oh.
And so is she. Childless cat lady. Speaking of which, JD Vance, he's weird. Here's how weird he is.
That's for sure.
Here's how weird he really is. He went to the southern border yesterday.
Like there's anything going on there.
What are you doing down there? What? Like, there's a problem at the border? What a weirdo. Were you drinking a Diet Mountain Dew while you were there? What a weirdo.
Did you see that? Speaking of the Mountain Dew, did you see Whitmer's ad for her new book and stuff?
No.
Oh, and she's sitting in front of a desk, and she's got her book. She's hawking her new book, and somebody brings her a Diet Mountain Dew, and she shoves it off the desk and then drinks a Verner's, which is a Michigan thing. You know, but that's her slam against JD.
Ooh,
Diet
wow,
Mountain
that's
Dew.
powerful.
Ooh,
wow.
That makes me want to buy your book.
Yeah. So ridiculous. So the border czar Kamala isn't down there, but JD Vance is.
They started their administration. Kamala Harris came into office making promises, and she kept those promises to open the American southern border. They stopped deportations on day one. They stopped construction of the border wall on day one. We see the border wall sitting here, ready to be completed behind us, and that can't happen because of Kamala Harris's administration. They reinstated catch and release, and they stopped remain in Mexico. So all of these asylum claimants who come to our border, they can now get released into our country because they're not forced to stay in Mexico while we adjudicate their asylum claims. And we have to remember that as terrible and idiotic as these policies were, they cause real human beings to suffer. A lot of you know my story, and I have been a little kid waiting at the bedside of his mother, angry that his mom took something that she shouldn't have taken, but praying to God, please, Jesus, let her wake up. And the unfortunate truth is because of the poison that Kamala Harris has let come into this country, there are a lot of those prayers that won't be answered. There are a lot of parents that won't wake up because when you take fentanyl, you don't wake up. It takes your life. So there are a lot of kids out there who have been deprived of second chances with their moms and dads. There are a lot of moms and dads out there who will never see their kids walk down the aisle because of what Kamala Harris has unleashed at this border.
They hate this guy.
I know.
For that reason. Because he's got an incredible story. And what are you going to say about him? You're going to say he's weird, because that's what we all say about Kamala.
Yeah.
And so they've just applied it to him instead.
Oh, you're just going to blow right past the Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I blew right past it.
Blew right past that, and they, they tried to make it like she was the one tough on the border.
Yeah,
so there's the ad that talks about how she was the one that was tough on the border, and Trump voted against the bill, the immigration bill.
Yeah, you remember when he was in Congress when that came
I don't,
up?
though. I don't.
I don't either. I don't either. He might have recommended that the Republicans don't. Why? Because it was an amnesty bill. That's why. They just need to make this really clear to the American people.
Yeah, they do.
And they're not good at that. So I hope they do it. But the guy's got an incredible story. I mean, he grew up really poor in a bad situation in Tennessee, and that's where the hillbilly thing comes from. They made a movie out of the book he wrote.
Yeah.
He's become a very successful entrepreneur and a very successsul U.S. senator, and he's
former military.
An American success story.
Former military.
Right. A Marine, right?
Yeah.
He's the American ideal, really.
He is the American dream.
And they have to make that weird.
Yeah, well, that's exactly the playbook, is to take anything that is traditional American. And in fact, I remember
tear it down.
Reading a quote about 10 years ago that said, if you're a fan of the Founding Fathers, you're going to be an outcast in society before too long.
Oh, wow.
Here we are. It was 10 years ago. And
right. Well, you're a MAGA kook if that's you.
Or
the American,
nationalist.
They've made the American flag that.
Yes, they have.
That you're some kind of kook, some kind of crazy
yes, they
weirdo.
Have. They've turned the flag
if you
into
fly the flag.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
888-900-3393.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Wow, August 2nd. Again, I marveled yesterday that it was August already. Because have you ever stopped and considered the significance of the passage of time?
No. Yeah. Yes. What if we say yes?
Then I just stop.
Okay, Kamala,
that's all
yes.
you had to do.
Yes, we have.
The significance of the passage of time.
Right.
I just hope she becomes... I want her to be irrelevant so that we never have to deal with her or Joe Biden in our ears
Please,
for the rest of our lives.
By all that is holy, by all that is good, right, and holy, let her be irrelevant November 6th. Please.
Yeah. Maybe sooner.
Both of them. Yeah, sooner would be nice, but...
Go away.
And right now, it's going the wrong direction on this. Somebody had her up. I'm not sure because I'm just not. I can't get into these polls right now because it's just too soon and it's hard to believe. But she was supposedly up by 4 in some poll. Come on, come on.
Oh,
a week ago she had like an approval rating of 28%.
I saw a headline that was even more than that, and I don't know where it was. What if it was just a state or if it was a region or whatever it was? But it was more than 4. And I was like, no way. I can't believe it.
Well, in Michigan, they got her up by 11.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. And, look, it's looking like Pennsylvania is out for VP. We're going to have the Harris-Whitmer campaign for president.
Oh, come on.
I mean, Gretchen wants that gig, right? She's got her. I talked about that video. I sent it in. And the Post is talking about how I can think of nothing more narcissistic than sitting around reading my own autobiography and having servants bring me beverages that I just throw into the trash. Hilarious. But here she is. She's reading her book, pushing her new book. Diet Mountain Dew, which is a slam on JD, and she reaches to get her Verner's, which is a Michigan drink. I love Verner's. I'm a fan. But that's a Michigan deal. And then that's it. Just hawking her book. And
stupid.
Gretchen's had,
wow.
I mean, it's looking like maybe she's in a couple of cuts, too. She's on her way to clownface.
More than a couple.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah, just saying.
I don't know.
Boy, that looks so presidential. The whole
doesn't
bit
it, though?
there with the Mountain Dew.
She looks like the Joker right there at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's great. The Joker pre-makeup. Right?
So, again, clown face.
Clown face. Yep. All right. And a guy who wants to be vice president, Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota, discussing Donald Trump's immigration plan and thinking he's just hysterical.
Stupid.
Watch this.
And I think seeing a plan that's out there, talking about it with folks, knowing that he's not going to do anything. He talks about this wall. I always say, let me know how high it is. If it's 25 feet, then I'll invest in the 30-foot ladder factory. That's not how you stop this.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious.
See, he's gonna invest in the 30-foot ladder factory.
Then we'll put you in jail, too. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
These people just do not want our country to be secure.
All right, start sending the illegals, bussing them up to Minnesota now.
Right, thank you.
Let's give them a taste.
You got it.
Give them a taste. And then let's see what you say about the wall. How about if it's 40 feet tall? Are you going to build the 40-foot, 45-foot wall or ladder?
I'm going to start investing in a 45-foot ladder company.
And bust them to Somali neighborhoods. I'd like to see that
would be awesome.
clash there.
Man.
Welcome.
That's awesome.
So you tell one immigration population, surprise, I know you've been here all of 20 years, but here come the new ones.
That'd be
there
great.
You go. That's
that
a
would
tremendous
be awesome.
idea.
Let's go.
Greg.
You can have that one for free. Greg Abbott, that's on us. Yesterday, the American Radicals podcast had the FBI whistleblowers, Steve Friend.
I mean, they're the hosts.
They're the hosts of the American Radicals podcast.
Yes.
Right? So Steve Friend and Garrett O'Boyle explain why the FBI turned the Trump assassination attempt into a domestic terrorism case and why that's a bad thing.
Deputy Director Abate, you said this is an assassination attempt and domestic terrorism. It's obviously assassination attempt. Why make the distinction? What is different about that?
We think it's important to cover all the possibilities here in the reality of what we're dealing with and what we've all seen, Senator. And we've learned lessons from the past. The tragic shooting at the baseball field was referenced here. We've learned the lesson from that. That was not opened properly, and we've made changes in the Bureau, and it's reflected here in terms of how this investigation is being approached with a completely open mind and inclusive of all the possibilities, including domestic terrorism.
Oh, well, I mean, look, he is just the deputy director of the FBI, Garrett, right? He is only interested in systems. That system, we had to take corrective action because the shooting at the baseball field, we did that improperly. We want to open our eyes. We don't want to have any blinders on. There could be possibilities out there. So we're going to investigate an assassination attempt simultaneously as potential domestic terrorism. Well, to the layperson, that sounds reasonable, right? That's a system guy trying to not get pigeonholed. But if you're a outcome guy pretending to be a system guy, you can say exactly what Paul Abate did because that's who Paul Abate is, because Paul Abate just told you they're investigating the assassination attempt of Donald Trump as domestic terrorism, which means it's classified.
Right.
Which means they can't tell you about it because you don't have a need to know. You don't have a security clearance. I'm sorry, Senator. I can't reveal sources and methods. I'm sorry. Can't talk about it with you, Americans.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
So you take into account what we know about the explosives being found in the car and how that's a hallmark of the FBI and people like Steve Friend and others who have been speaking out saying this has all the hallmarks of an FBI setup gone bad. Well, we'll never be able to reveal that information to you if we proceed with it as a domestic terrorism case. This thing stinks to high heaven, and they are going to do everything they can to keep us in the dark on these details.
Meanwhile, we got these cool Trump T-shirts. Speaking of the assassination attempt, this comes from Pathead Dominique Francia.
Yeah, he has a website, perfectalgorithm.com, where he makes these shirts.
Trump 24, American Badass?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
These things are soft, too.
Look at that.
Jeffy, you got yours over there?
Yeah, it's right here.
What size he send you, Jeffy?
It looks like it'll fit.
Yeah,
Not
does
sure.
it? So it's like 12X?
I don't
Ish?
know.
Somewhere in
That's
there?
funny. That's funny.
14X?
Again, that's multiple times today. You're starting to break your own rules.
Thank you,
I don't
Dominic.
like it.
No.
Perfect
What?
algorithm.
I'm just asking you what size the T-shirt is.
I know, but then, what size is it? A 12X? Why would it be that, Pat?
Well, just because I know that you're athletic, and athletes like their shirts to be big enough
That's
for
correct.
That's why. That's
Are you going to go camping with that?
That's what I was saying there.
See, there you go again. Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm asking you if you're going to
Who'd you say made these shirts? Omar? The tent maker?
Oh, you thought it was a
I just got that.
I thought I was saying for
That's not where
comfort. You like
Keith
to be
was going
no,
with.
These are soft.
You like to be comfortable when you're camping. I see what you're
These
saying.
are soft. They're nice. This was a 3X, so
3. Okay.
I know it'll be a tight squeeze.
Your words, not mine.
I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
Actually, Jeffy has lost weight. How much weight now?
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm still between 45 and 50. Almost.
That's really good.
Total at 50 right now. Pretty close, but I
Where'd it go?
kind of.
I think I've asked you this before,
Leveled out.
but do you have a number that you're trying to?
I believe I've
Don't worry about
believe
the
I've
number I'm
And I
trying
forgot.
to get to.
It obviously meant a lot to
Believe
me
I've
because I don't
answered it.
remember what you said.
Really?
He said, "Don't worry about
Don't worry
it," is what
about
he
it.
said. I remember exactly.
Thank you.
Don't worry about what number I'm going to get to, okay?
Okay.
All right. We did hear, though, years ago that you lost 100 pounds.
Correct.
Wow.
You were okay saying
Correct.
that.
Yeah. Well, they were paying me.
Who was?
Oh yeah.
The weight loss company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Really?
don't say it now because then no one's paying you. So
Yeah, right.
don't
That's
give them
right.
a free
Yeah, on
plug.
my own.
Right,
Although
right,
I'm
right.
using some,
Products.
some. Well, I always have product. That's not,
Oh, do you have a no Ozempic thing?
no.
Oh, you
No,
don't?
I do not. No.
That makes it easier.
He's just eating healthy, Pat.
Of course he is.
Jeffy's a
I'm
big
I'm
vegetable
eating
guy
less. I'm eating less. I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not.
Well,
I
that's
didn't-
what you do, right?
I'm not walking through the vegetable aisle. No, thank you.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
I barely like getting an apple and having to look at the vegetables, but I'll put up with it.
I know. I went to the endocrinologist yesterday, and she always, every time I'm in there, lectures me on vegetables. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I can't eat vegetables. I'm not going to. I can't. I haven't. I'm not going to. If I've gotten to this point of my life, I'm not going to start now. I mean, she probably thinks for my health, I will do it.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep telling
But no.
I'm just
It
going
has
to
to
keep
pass
telling them.
through my mouth. And I don't know if she realizes this, but in my mouth, there's these things called taste buds that exist on my tongue. And vegetables really offend my taste buds. And so I don't put them there.
Yeah. You can't have anything that's offensive.
No, you cannot.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. So I don't. And I'm not going to. All right, let me tell you about something that's not offensive. If you got offensive odors in your home, this is something that will clean that up quickly. Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifiers with proven oxy technology quickly destroys viruses, odors, mold, and lots more. Thousands of 5-star reviews. I mean, it really works. It really does. Any smell will vanish after just a few seconds with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm. When you turn it on, it starts sending out the O3 molecules that gobble up any kind of odor, from litter box, trash cans, cigarette smoke, dirty diapers, whatever.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah.
I don't know why you don't talk about it, Pat, but I just recently found out they don't have any filters.
Wow,
And
that's
I don't know
right.
why. I don't know why
That's
it's not in
right.
the commercial.
I know.
but it should be.
It should.
because they don't
It
have.
should.
For the longest time, I thought you'd have to replace the filters, and that's where they get you.
But see, this is the actual unit. Not even room for a filter.
Well,
I mean, it'd have to be like a baby
Right.
filter or something, but there's no baby filters in it. Okay.
They don't take filters. It's amazing.
Don't. It is amazing. All right, so go to EdenPureDeals.com/Pat. Use the discount code PAT3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT3.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
United States, well in the lead in the overall medal count. I always find that fascinating because, China and India are in these games. They have 5 times our population. By rights, you would think China would dominate this every time, right?
You would.
They've got 1.4 billion people. Somebody's got to be the best in the world at this. 1.4 billion people. Just shows you what a great nation we have.
That's for sure.
We've got 38 overall medals.
I think
they have 26. Now. Is it 39 now?
I think it's 39.
Really?
Yeah, I was looking at it when we were on break, and now I've lost the link. But I believe we have 39.
Okay.
And I was still disappointed.
Are they still at 26? China, that is. France is number 2.
Here we go.
At 28 because they have hometown advantage.
Yeah, we have 39 total.
Okay.
Only 9 gold. Only 9 gold. France has 8 gold with 28 total.
They're doing really well.
28 total, yeah. China has 12 gold with 26 total medals.
Okay.
Great Britain has 8. Australia has 8. Japan has 8. We need to pick up the pace.
Yeah, we do. We've not won some things that we should be winning. And so we'll see what happens. But the basketball team destroyed Serbia.
Yeah, there's a couple golds we'll have. There's a couple golds we'll have as the male and female basketball teams. Yeah, will be good.
And they just beat South Sudan that they had a real struggle with in the lead up to the Olympics, but they crushed them yesterday, or I think it was yesterday. And so they beat South Sudan.
Whew.
Yeah, impressive.
Yeah,
that's right. They put down South Sudan. Actually,
so why don't you shut up, Keith?
They're apparently loaded with NBA players. South Sudan, apparently. I mean, I don't follow the NBA that closely, so I don't know their players.
Well, normally, and I don't know if it's true during the Olympics, but normally when the USA basketball team and South Sudan play,
you can throw
out the record book.
all the record books, which we did yesterday.
Well, they did because it was an exhibition game originally.
Yeah. Well, the one before.
Right. Sure. Yeah. Got to throw that one.
And then the women's gymnastics team won the gold the other day, and then Simone Biles won the gold yesterday in the overall individual competition.
Yeah, I mean, that cements her as the greatest. And Katie Ledecky was awesome. She's
won
the
again?
most golds. Yeah,
There's been some social media fun between Simone Biles and her former teammate. What's her name?
Who?
Michaela.
Oh yeah, Michaela. What's her face?
Yeah.
What was the deal?
Because what's her face had posted on Instagram or something that I guess this team they don't work hard enough, and
what?
Yeah, they don't work hard enough, and they're not as talented. Something like that. I don't know. Something like that.
Michaela Skinner, right?
That sounds right. And Simone Biles then after the gold, I guess,
they don't
posted,
work hard enough. They just won the gold medal.
And so after the event, Simone Biles then posted kind of a clapback to say, not bad for a team that doesn't have a lot of talent and doesn't work hard enough, and they were all holding their gold medals.
Good for her.
So then somebody blocked somebody on this. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, boy.
So it's been
gymnastics fight.
Yeah.
Look out.
There was footage of Katie Ledecky, who is an awesome swimmer for us, where she was, I don't know if you saw it or not. I didn't send it in, but she is swimming the length of a pool with a glass of chocolate milk on her head. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Really?
Forget the gold medals, man. Try that.
Yeah, that'd be
Try
hard.
that.
We just had a Slovakian swimmer collapse after swimming, got out of the pool. Apparently,
out of the pool or out of the river, because they were swimming.
Right,
they were swimming in the Seine there, and people were like, "Ooh,
I'm not doing that."
Tamara Pataka. I guess got
Is she
out.
okay?
I don't know. They carried her away on a
Cramps?
stretcher.
She probably ate before she swam.
Sounds like it was an asthma attack.
Not supposed to get in the pool after you eat.
Asthma attack. That's right. Not for 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Not for 45 minutes.
Don't you dare touch that water. I never understood that.
That's one of my favorite wives' tales. I love that.
I was a kid. What are we talking about?
Gotta wait 45. Oh, you got another 15 minutes.
Have you seen me? I'm not going to eat for 45 minutes. I want to go swimming.
There's no window there. Okay.
So then, yesterday, of course, I think we have the
what else we got here?
The video of the female boxer who called it quits against the male. Although Jeffy claims,
I see, and I will say this: I just
this
saw
person is not a male.
That's correct.
It's a female with an XY chromosome.
That's correct, and I see the headlines now on our network television saying the boxer, the boxer who has male chromosomes.
Yeah,
that's what they're calling it now.
With male
that's
chromosomes.
Correct.
So a guy.
So she quits. She got hit in the face, I think in the nose. Took a bad shot.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah, that's Mike Tyson, right?
That's correct.
And so here she is saying it's unfair, and she's right. If this is a guy,
and then he on his way out, when he walks by her, he
tries to shake her hand.
Well, no, I think he grabbed her breast too.
He just tapped her.
Listen to Jeffy. Jeffy is like,
I hate those videos so much because they're in the ring battling it out, and he's just tapping her. His hand hits her breast, so now she grabbed her breast.
Why do I feel like Jeff Fisher has
stop it
been in a ring before where he has
stop it?
Boy, that's a beautiful woman, right?
Beautiful woman right there. Yeah.
I wouldn't even stand there if I were the chick in the blue.
Yeah, well,
I'd be in the locker room by now, I think. Yeah. And they're speaking gibberish for some reason in the background. We don't know why.
How do you know what they're saying?
We don't know why. It's weird. That's weirder than JD Vance, right?
I can't believe that there's testosterone in that individual right there.
So then,
I mean, we know she won
goes up.
because Blue quit. She was because Blue quit.
Interestingly, we were just saying that the women shouldn't compete against this guy. If he's really a guy,
then he isn't.
Then withdraw.
Whoa. Jeffy's fine with that. Grabbing the breast there.
Poor thing. I mean, you worked your whole life to get to this point, and then you get beaten by a man. Beaten by a man. Sexual assault. And there she goes. Back off to Italia. And they continue to babble nonsense in the background. Nobody
That's
knows
the
why.
most aggravating part of this.
That is.
Oh, look at this. Joe's going back to see if sexual assault happened or not. Or if Jeffy's...
Was that the pat on the back?
No, not the pat on the back. Before that. Before that,
when they're walking off, it wasn't.
Right
oh
here.
my God.
Okay, here we go.
Jeffy.
Watch.
He's just puts his hand up. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Look
yeah.
at that. Cop the feel right there.
Right
Look
there.
at that.
Right there.
Look at that. That's a grab.
Sexual assault.
That's a grab.
Now, which one is considered the man and which is the woman?
There's no
here?
way to know.
There's no way
it's
to
like
know.
Metric
You can't tell.
Genders.
You cannot tell here. As you look at this photo, one of them, either the one on the left or the one on the right, is a man, and the other one is a woman. And we can't figure it out. Maybe you can. I don't know.
We're not biologists.
I don't know. We're not biologists. We're not. So,
Jeffy, you got to take
it's a tough one
on who might be the woman here.
These are the two combatants in the ring. Which is which?
Moment of truth. Jeff
I don't
Fisher,
know.
ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. I will say that I would subscribe to whatever channel the one on the right has.
But you wouldn't take a
I'm not going to take a guess. No, I'm
which
not
is
gonna
a
take
woman.
A guess.
Okay.
Because he's not a biologist. So, I mean, I can respect that.
Yeah, I can too. If a Supreme Court justice can't make that
Thank
distinction, Jeff Fisher certainly can.
That's unbelievable that we're having that talk. That's what we're talking about, something like that, and we're arguing about Kamala's lies.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about arguing what's true instead of what actually needs to happen. It's just amazing.
It is. It is. And the fact that we've got this kind of confusion over this person from Algeria is kind of weird, too. You know, how can you be a woman if you have an XY chromosome? How? I don't understand it.
It happens.
Does it?
It just happens.
It doesn't, though.
Happens.
Does it just happen? I don't know. Maybe it does. I'm not a biologist, so I don't know, but I've never heard of it. I mean, I know that people are born with, it's happened where you got hermaphrodites. Maybe that's not a correct term anymore, but when you have both, you know, you have.
I'm aware of what you're talking about. Yeah, I've subscribed to a couple of channels.
So I don't know what your chromosomes look like.
Would never have to leave the house
when that happens.
That's not really true, but go ahead.
Well, you got to get food, right? So I don't know. I don't know. Weird things do happen, and maybe this is one of them. And it's really sad if this is a lifelong woman that now has to face this kind of scrutiny. It's sad.
It is. For
both of them, for all of them. And I don't know how they're going to handle the next matchup. We'll see, I guess. That'll probably go a long way toward whether or not people are believing that this is a woman or not. Whether people start to get in the ring and stay in the ring with her.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
We'll see. All right, we got overtime coming up in a little while, and we'll be back here Monday. Have a great weekend.
It's a man, baby!
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.